Hello and welcome to our automations presentation. This is one of our many options of automated income streams to help you achieve your goal of financial freedom, as that should be everyone's goal of their investment journey, as no one opportunity is going to make you rich. But if you combine the right opportunities together, the snowball effect will happen. Please write down and take note of any questions you may have and add them in the question field when you schedule your call, as this will help us better serve you by letting us be prepared with the correct answers.
Hey there, and welcome to this video. My name is Mike Sancho, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the greatest and most lucrative business models in the world with e-commerce automation. And this is a completely done-for-you service where we source the products for you, we manage the listings, we get the sales for you, we take care of the order fulfillment, and we're going to handle all of the customer service on the back end. This is all passively done for you across multiple platforms, okay? In e-com automation, like I said, it really makes sense as a place to put your money to work because of these reasons. Start with the market size. Just think about e-commerce as a whole from, the macro level. And when you look at the market size, it's over $10 billion, guys. It is a huge, huge, huge blue ocean. And Amazon, of course, is one of our favorite platforms that we love to sell on, and I'm sure it's probably one of your favorite to shop on if you're like me. And it is one of the most recognizable brands in the world. It has over a $1 trillion valuation, and in 2020 alone, they did $386 billion in revenue, okay? And on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see what it looks like to be a seller. Over the last 7 days for one of our automation partners, they were able to reel in nearly $25,000 in sales completely hands-free. They didn't have to lift a finger to get those sales, okay? Another platform which we are selling on, because with us, you're getting multiple platforms. We'll actually set up multiple businesses for you and run them on all of these platforms. So that way you get to participate in this industry, in this sector, with some of the largest platforms that are out there and the best, okay? So we can see Walmart, and they've had explosive growth as well. And so far this year, they're up over 11% in e-com sales. And before that, the 2 years prior during COVID, they actually grew 90% in e-com sales within just 2 years. That's crazy, because think about how big Walmart is already. Walmart is one of the largest retail giants in the world. And for them to see a 90% increase in sales just over 2 years for online is crazy. And if you look at the e-com sales as a whole, worldwide, we're seeing this year we're expected to hit $5 trillion in global e-com sales and as much as $6 trillion by 2024. Imagine if you could have just a little piece of that. Like one of our sellers here at the bottom, you can see in their Walmart back office. And this is actually one of our newer accounts. They just got started in the end of April, early May, up until right now. We're in about mid-August. And they've been able to do over $160,000 in sales, guys. Extremely impressive. And imagine just making 20 to 30% margins on that, and what that would do for your life if you were able to make that in a couple months. Okay, we are also selling on Meta, guys, with Facebook shops. Mark Zuckerberg, pretty smart guy. He he recognized this trend as well, and you can see from these charts just how explosive e-com growth is. I would really challenge you to try and find anywhere on the internet that says that e-commerce is expected to go down or that the industry is going to shrink, because everywhere you look, it's literally all the charts look like this. They're literally straight up. And more people are continuing to shop from home every single year. Less and less people want to get out to these retail brick and mortar stores because they can find everything they need online, and it's super convenient, especially with these fast shipping times nowadays. And on the bottom left hand, here's another Facebook store. This automation partner doing $39,000 in sales here and over 1,100 purchases, all hands-free, not lifting a finger, guys. So it's very clear that this is an incredibly hot industry to get involved in. So let me show you exactly how you can get started in it and more specifically, how you can get started with us, because we are doing everything for you with a simple, easy 6-step process. And keep in mind, this is going to be your own ecom businesses. So we're running your businesses. It is not ours. You own the actual account. You own the LLC. It is your business. We are simply the management team. We are the property management team of ecom. It's all it is. If you own real estate rental properties and you hire a management team to, deal with all the tenants, termites, and toilets, well, that's the property management team. We're the same thing for e-commerce. It's your business, your LLC, you own it, and it's managed by us, okay? And we just take a percentage of the profits. So we're paid strictly on performance. We don't make anything unless you do. And the greatest part about you owning this business is that if you ever want to sell this business, you can absolutely exit it. And these e-commerce businesses go for extremely high multiples. These are one of the most valuable businesses that you can buy. And you have these big funds and institutions and aggregators that love to swallow these up and pay high multiples at cash, okay? So the 6-step process, here it is. Number 1, we're going to source the product for you. So we're going to do all the product research. We're going to do the whole process. You don't have to lift a finger, okay? Number 2, we manage and optimize the product listing. So we're going to make these listings look good and also SEO optimized through keywords and SEO rich descriptions, product photography, lots of variants, all the secret sauce that we're going to put into your listing to help you get to number 3, which is to win the sales. And the greatest part with this, on these 3 platforms that we are managing for you, you don't have to invest a single dollar into paid traffic or ads or marketing. We are leveraging the organic traffic of the platforms because people are already on Amazon. People are already on Walmart. And guess what? They're for sure on Facebook. So we're able to win sales completely organic, which gives us very low risk to this business model when you compare it with a lot of other things out there. Number 4, we're going to handle all of the order fulfillment. So when your sales come in, we're going to process those and make sure that they get shipped out on time. And then number 5, we're going to take care of all the customer service, okay? So when you do online retail sales and you do a lot of volume, it's natural that you're going to have customer service, needs that you need to handle, people asking questions, people change their mind, they want to return the product, whatever the case may be. And you're not going to be the one who has to handle that. And trust me, you don't want to do that. And all of these 5 steps that I mentioned so far, keep in mind, this is something that you can absolutely do on your own. But if you were going to do it on your own, this would take you maybe 10, 12 hours a day. So really all you would be doing is setting yourself up with another job. The beauty of working with us is that you don't have to do any of this. It is passive, okay? There's just a few minor things that you need to get done when it comes to setting up and making sure that your accounts are ready to go. And then after that, we do all of these steps for you. And then the last piece you need to do on your own is literally just, pay your taxes. And if you're like most people, a CPA is going to do that for you, okay? So you can automate your taxes as well. But I am not a tax professional, and nothing I'm saying is tax, legal, or financial advice, of course, okay? But then number 6, which is the greatest step of all, and this is the step where you guys get paid. So you get these big payouts from these platforms, and this is where you get to celebrate, all the hard work of you doing nothing. But yeah, no, number 6 is by far the greatest step. And this is what it's going to look like for you guys when you log into these platforms. So here you can see inside of some of our Amazon accounts, and these are all live accounts that we are running right now. Our team is running these accounts for our automation partners. We can see this top account here has done over 1.1 million in sales. Going down the left side, we have an account that did 16,000 in sales. Another one that's doing 132,000 in sales. On the right side, we have 600,000 in sales and then 17,000 in sales. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you log into your back office. Because again, this is your business, your account. You have all of the control, and this is an asset that has the valuation you're building, which you can exit. Okay, let's take a look at some Walmart stores. Okay, so this is what your sales tracker sheets look like. Okay, so this is a live sales tracker sheet. It's a Google Doc where you're able to actually track your entire business day by day, and you will see the team uploading all of your sales data into these sheets, and you can see how much profit you're making day to day. So if you look at the top, we can see over the month here that this one account has done over $23,000 in net profit for the month. Okay, so they're averaging about a 19% ROI. Going down the left side, we have 8,000 in profit, 20,000 in profit, 15,000 in profit. These are kind of ranging in the 20% range margin. We also have on the right side 9,000 profit, 4,000 profit, 2,000 profit. And just for your guys' knowledge, all of these accounts that you're looking at, okay, all of these are less than 5 months old. So we just wanted to show you guys some of the newer accounts, and you can see the true potential of just how lucrative this industry is and how much can be made on these platforms. It's truly, truly amazing, and that's why we love it so much. And lastly, here we have some Facebook shop data. So you can see at the front, we've got 39,000 in sales here. On the top, another account doing 16, down the left, 9, 8,000. And then we can see on these P&Ls and these sales tracker sheets, which again, same deal, you get access to. For each platform, you're going to have a separate sheet, and that is going to track all of your sales. And we can see on all of these accounts, total net profit, almost $5,000, 3,000 and change, 3,000 and change, 2,000 and change, 3,000 and change, 3,000 and change, 2,000 and change. And all of these accounts as well are actually less than 6 months old as well. Okay, so imagine that, guys. Imagine adding just an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month in passive income. What that would do for your life, and how that would open things up, and what kind of opportunities would be present. And now imagine that across 3 separate platforms. Okay, would you work the same job? How would you spend your time? Would you spend more time with your kids, spend more time with your family? This is what it's all about. This is what passive income is all about. Like I talked about earlier in the video, it's all about transitioning into a freedom lifestyle. What do you love to do on a full-time basis? Wealth Accelerators wants to help you stop doing what you hate on a full-time basis, which is likely your job or your 9 to 5. And we want to transition you into a fulfillment lifestyle, something that you love and you love to do on a full-time basis. Okay, let's keep it rolling. But one thing that's super important is the risk-adjusted return of this offer versus other opportunities. And I'll explain what that means here. Basically, in order to get started with something, there is some sort of capital outflow, right? Like you're having to typically put up money for something, and you're putting that money up in hopes of a return or a reward. Okay, but how much risk are you assuming when you're going for that reward? Okay, and if you have a good risk-adjusted return, meaning that the risk to the return is the risk comparative to the return is low, like a lower risk model, then you have a really strong risk-adjusted rate of return. And that's something with e-commerce. I mean, we looked at the industry, and we can see that it just continues to grow. So it's a great industry, great sector to get involved in, and it's low risk because you're not having to even invest into advertising. Like I was saying, these platforms are literally delivering the traffic to you. So you can start listing products and gaining sales. And through this model that we leverage with drop shipping, you're actually getting paid first before you ever put out a single dollar into inventory and products. Okay. And one of our reps will run you through the whole process once you schedule your call later on. Okay. But if you compare this to something like in the casino or a cryptocurrency, that has an insane risk-adjusted rate of return, extreme high risk. You bet everything on black and you lose, right? You lose all your money in the casino. Gambling has a terrible risk-adjusted rate of return. Also, cryptocurrency for a lot of people, especially those who don't know what they're doing, it's extremely, extremely volatile. And, yes, there is potential to have great returns, but at what price? Okay, because if you lose everything, it wasn't worth it. Okay, so ecom compared to these types of businesses or opportunities, it's a no-brainer. It's literally a home run with ecom every single time. So I want to show you how simple as well the onboarding process is for when you partner with us. It's literally 5 steps, guys. That's it. You're going to sign the agreement and send the funds. You're going to do your onboarding call with your account manager. They're going to walk you through everything. You're going to prepare your ecom accounts for launching. Then from there, the team is going to begin listing the products and gaining sales. Then lastly, the performance is tracked on those live shared sales tracker sheets like I was talking about. And then the payouts begin. That's the very best part. And here we can see some of those payouts, guys. We can see on the top left, this is inside of Facebook. We can see payouts $3,400, $2,500, $1,600, $3,500, $1,100, $2,300, $1,100, and look, this is like back to back to back to back to back. Okay. So again, this is another automation partner that we are currently running. In Walmart, we can see a $32,000 payout that was processed to one of our clients last month on July 19th. And we can see another payout here of $51,000. Guys, imagine receiving a payout of $51,000. And that's all completely passive. And here we have Amazon payouts. The most recent payout of $48,000 and $5,000, $2,000 and change, $13,000 and change, $30,000 and change, $5,000 and change. This is the reality for all of our automation partners. When you work with us, you're able to sit back and watch these payouts hit your account, and it is a wonderful feeling, let me tell you, okay? One other thing that I want to bring up and share with you guys is I want to compare the break-even time frame of ecom automation with other businesses, okay? Like I said, guys, I've built lots of businesses. I've actually to date now built over 16 businesses in a lot of different industries and sectors. And I've also studied a lot of industries and sectors, and I've studied a lot of opportunities, especially franchises. I've been to all different types of franchise shows all around the world. And what I can tell you from my data and what I've found is that nothing really compares to how quick you can generate a return and a positive ROI with like e-commerce automation, because we're talking on the low end. In some cases, people are able to break even in as little as 6 to 18 months, and sometimes even less than 6 months, which is pretty crazy. But 6 to 18 months, when you compare that with other businesses, other investments out there, it's mind-boggling, really, how quickly you're able to generate a return with e-com automation. Because when you look at a franchise business, you'd be looking at minimum 3 to 5 years. And that's probably with you jumping in and being the operator. It's an owner-operator business. With us, this is fully passive. It's done for you. You're not even lifting a finger with e-com automation, okay? And then real estate, rental property, the average cap rates are going to be like 10% or less, and you're looking at, maybe 7 to 10 years between, your cash flow, your appreciation, your depreciation, and all the other benefits, which real estate's great, but it's a lot slower rate of return. And if you're managing the properties yourself, well, now you're dealing with tenants, termites, and toilets, which you definitely don't want to do. So it's clear that this is the winner. E-com automation, one of the fastest ROIs that I've ever come across in business. And I have obsessively studied every opportunity out there for over the past 10 years, and nothing out there is like it. But let's talk about the money, because I'm sure you guys are all about the money and what this opportunity can yield, of course. Now, keep in mind that, these are just targets and estimations. Nothing's guaranteed here because every store is going to grow at a different pace. But over time, obviously, you're going to continue to see more and more growth. That's just logical, okay? But these are typically the benchmarks that we're seeing with Amazon. So I'll go through each platform with you. Pretty much the target margin on Amazon for us is going to be in the ballpark of 8 to 20%. So when you first get onto the platform, month one, going to be pretty slow, okay? We have to build some credibility. We have to age your account a little bit. And you have to, come in pretty slow and, start to get a feel for things. So the first month, you're just going to expect maybe between $1,000 to $5,000 in sales, and you may make up to maybe $1,000 in profit your first month. So nothing spectacular, nothing that's going to blow your mind away month one, and that's just realistic here. But months 2 to 4, that's where we start to scale a little bit. You might start to see more than 5 figures in monthly sales, and this is where it starts to get a little bit better, especially in the month 3 and 4 range. This is where you're more so leaning to this side of the spectrum, and your profits start to reach the 4-figure mark every month. Okay, from month 4 to 8, you're seeing approximately 15,000 to 50,000 in sales. So this is where it starts to get really nice. On the upper end of the spectrum, you're starting to hit that that magical threshold, that $10,000 per month, 120 grand a year threshold. So this is really where you start to see the 6-figure range. Months 8 through 12, 50,000 and 90,000. And this is where every single month you start to really make what I would consider life-changing passive income. And especially as we continue past year one, because your first year is really your foundational year. And after that, it's really off to the races. And you can continue to grow this business year after year after year after year after year, because like I said, you have to think big. You have to think of the macro, look at the industry and sector as a whole and what's happening in the e-com space. This is something you could have for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. This is something you could pass down to your children. Again, this is why I truly believe that e-commerce businesses are some of the greatest businesses out there. And then months 16 to 24, this is where it really gets rocking. 100 grand to 250,000 plus a month in sales, and you could be earning upwards as much as 50,000 plus per month profit, which is where obviously that's life changing. Okay. Next, let's look at Walmart. Okay, pretty similar, but we're going for a higher margin on Walmart. There's less competition on Walmart. This may shrink a little bit in the future, but for now, this is pretty much the range that we're seeing. So month 1, 2 to 6 grand, month 2 to 4, up to 15 grand. Then we're 30, 60, 100 grand. And again, once you get past this year mark, you're in this 6-figure range. And it's just a beautiful thing. Now, imagine, guys, if you were doing this on each one of these platforms, if you were running each one of these platforms side by side, most other people in this space, they will help you with one platform, but they won't do all three. We are doing all three platforms for you, and you can run all of these side by side. Imagine having 3 6-figure businesses all running side by side. What would that do for your life? How would that change things? It would be spectacular for you, okay? And on Facebook, we're seeing a much higher margin potential at this moment. Again, this could shrink, right? It's all subject to change, but it's always going to be profitable. And so we're looking at about a 15 to 50% range as far as the Facebook shops go. And again, once you get to like this month 12 to 24 plus, that's where you have a consistent 6-figure income as the goal. Okay, so that's typically what these are going to look like on these 3 platforms. Now, how do you get started with us, guys? Okay, we have several different packages, and it's going to range between 25,000 to 55,000. And if you don't have all of this money right up front, that's okay. We offer funding solutions. We actually have opportunities where you can get started for no money down. So don't worry about this, guys, and think about what I just showed you on the previous slides and how much earning potential there is with these businesses, because it is extreme how much you can make for how much it is basically to start up. And these are pretty much your setup costs to get going, guys. And one of our representatives will walk you through all of this and all of your options. And depending on which package you choose or how many platforms you're on, that's where you're going to see the variance in price. And we charge an operating expense on the back end, guys. So, we charge a monthly profit split, just like I talked about earlier with like a property management company. That's what we are. We're your management company. So our fee is the operating expense. So out of this, we pay all of our employees that are running these stores. And keep in mind, if you get started with an Amazon store or a Walmart store, you're pretty much going to be starting with about 3 of our employees working on your store full time. And with a Facebook shop, you'd be starting with about 2 employees kicking it off. Okay. So this is going to be your income 50 to 60%, depending on which platform you go with. And then this is going to be our percentage for actually running the business. And this is going to allow us to provide a very strong quality of service. And this ties our incentives together. We are in alignment because the only way that we make money is if you make money. Okay. This upfront fee, we don't make money here, guys. This is to staff the business. Because remember, you're starting with 2 to 3 employees per platform. So if you're working with all 3 platforms, you're going to be starting off with up to 8 employees. And then we're also going to assign you a customer service account manager for each platform you're on. That's another 3 employees. So now you have up to 11 employees. And then you have our managers and our account liaisons, which are also for support. So now you're talking 13 to 14 employees that are going to be directly working for you. Okay. So this goes into the setup cost in launching the business. And then this goes into running the business and paying the employees. Okay. And that makes sure that everyone's incentives are aligned. The only way we make money is if you make money. Okay. And we accept all different types of payment options. We can take bank wire, ACH, we can take credit or debit card. We'll even take cryptocurrency, or if you want to pay with some cash, we can do that up to $10,000. And then after that amount, we'd have to file the IRS form 8300, which we can do for you as well. Okay, so that's what it's going to cost on the fee side. But think about it, guys, because it's literally this simple. We are doing everything. We are sourcing the products. We manage and optimize the listings. We get you all of the sales. We handle all of the order fulfillment. And then we take care of all of the customer service. And then you get paid. So what is that worth to you guys? Is it worth what I just showed you? It absolutely is. Think about the profit targets and the sales targets that we're going for and what that would mean hitting your bank account and how fast this business model has the opportunity to break even compared with other things in the market. There's really nothing in my mind that compares to this business. It is simply the best. And then you get to experience this, guys. This is the greatest part. You get to see these sales hitting and you're not doing anything. You get these payouts, these big $13,000 payouts hitting your account, and it's a beautiful thing. So the next steps to get started with us, guys, very simple. You're just going to fill out the application below, and you're going to schedule a call if you're qualified. And you're going to talk with our team to get all of your questions answered. They're going to run you through the entire process. But this is the last thing I will say, and please keep this in mind. We are only taking on so many clients, okay? This is not false, scarcity. This is true, guys. We can only deliver this service for so many people. We put a great deal of time, care, and effort behind our services, and therefore we only have the capacity to work with so many people. And you also have to have the right type of mentality, okay? You have to be willing to work with us. If you jump on the phone and you're very combative and aggressive with us, and it seems like it's going to be very difficult to work with you, then don't even bother scheduling a call, guys. We want to have good long-term business partners because this is a win-win all around. You win, we win, the platform wins, our employee wins, and we want to work with good people that we can build a relationship with for the long term. And we can continue to grow into other businesses, other asset classes, and other types of opportunities, which we can show you. So that's it, guys. Go ahead, click below and make sure that you schedule your consultation call and make sure that you show up on time to meet with our team. Very important. If you miss the call, you probably will not be able to reschedule. Okay, this is how serious we are. We only want serious, good business partners. Okay, so don't wait, don't delay. Go ahead and schedule your call and get started today. See you there, guys.